You're the only one not barking. Does that make you a good boy today? Does that make you the good boy today? Does that make you the good boy? What is up, buddy? He's not sure it's me. That's too funny. What's up, buddy? What's up? Cabela! Get him, Oscar. Get him, Gooser. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him, Oscar. Get him. Goose. Get him. Get him, get him, get him. Hey, for those of you concerned about the cleanliness around here, see all that stuff on the porch? It's not dog poop. It's pieces of wood that Oscar has pulled off of the firewood we keep on the deck. I got like 2 or 3 emails last night. Somebody even commented in a premiere a couple weeks ago. They were like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you just let your dogs poop on the porch. That's disgusting. So anyway, just thought I'd clarify, we don't let our dogs or encourage our dogs to poop on the porch. I mean, everybody has accidents, but yeah, we wouldn't just, and to think that we would just totally ignore it and walk around and be like, oh yeah, it's totally normal. That's where we want them to poop. Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Farms. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. This is my lovely wife and my 40 acres in Northeast Oklahoma. We've got cattle, pigs, donkeys, chickens, 3 dogs, 3 boys in no particular order. Man, what a beautiful morning. My goodness. So this may look like progress, which it is, but we had a 2-foot trench right here. We went through a bunch of rain. We went through a snowstorm, and it kind of filled in. But the reason that I had not, and yes, I'm a little under the weather. It's actually allergies. I'm not running a fever. It's just, it's more annoying. I'd rather have a cold and just get over it, because the allergies just seem to linger on. That's what it is. I'm going to put my hood up though. It's a little nippy this morning. But yeah, and if I'm starting to say I'm a little under the weather, but I think down in Australia that means you're drunk. So I just want you Australians to know that I'm crook. Yep, I looked it up. What was I even talking about before I tried to be funny? The reason I had not truly run the electric and water yet in this trench was because we knew that some kind of coop was coming. We thought we were going to use that little one that we bought last year, but it wound up just being a little bit too small, and we have a huge issue with predators. So we needed something with an attached run ASAP. The birds were getting too big in the garage. So we got this beautiful building from Dirksen. Couldn't be happier with it. But I'm also glad we didn't run this electric and water right here, because what I want to do now, which is why I filled this in yesterday, I want to come off the corner of the garage, run straight to the corner of the coop. There's the coop. And put a hydrant and an outlet as well. And then we'll just take her straight on down to where the cows are. And then we will have water right here for the chickens. We'll be able to plug in a heated water in the winter. I think our garden's gonna go right here. I'm not really sure. You know, we'll see. You can see it's pretty sloped. Flat enough, it's flat-ish. I mean, you don't want a hump in your garden. You want the water to run away. You don't want it to hold water. We actually learned that the hard way last year. I know I teased Ray about drowning her plants. Morning, honey. Princess? This house is built on a slab foundation. Now it's got a stem wall, like 4 block high, and then they poured inside that stem wall, or they filled it with rock and then they poured on top of it. So technically it's a slab, but it's a raised slab, which is what you want to do around here. You want to get it up above grade. But then they backfilled up against it, and when they backfilled, they did what everybody did, and you just use fill dirt. You don't care what it looks like. You don't care if it's red dirt, clay, brown dirt, green dirt, whatever. Landscapers' fabric under our plants, it like held water. I mean, it's like a pool. Now, it's not a lot. Like, it's not going to hurt your foundation. You're just watering plants, but it'll kill them plants. I mean, Ray basically drowned them. Unknowingly, but drowned it. What's up, bird herd? Y'all hungry? Let's turn these off, see if that helps this time. There we go. No, no, no. See, I saw it. I caught you. I caught you trying to get out. Where'd my rock go? Ran, I can't reach that. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right. Everybody go eat. Be free. Be merry. Go eat. Scoot, scoot. No, Bannies too. Bannies too. Go outside. Go outside. No, Bannies outside. No, Frizzle's outside. Australorp's outside. Everybody outside. Go eat. Be merry. Nope. 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 I'm gonna shut the door on you, homie. I'm gonna shut the door on you. Yep. It's not cold. You're fine. You have feathers. You have friends with feathers. Stand next to your friends. See ya. Hey, we got her to focus through the fence. They're barking at me because my hood's up. Hey! And when they do come out, they just murder the food and the water. It's like they forget it's out here and that's what they're supposed to do, is eat and drink. So strange. They're still pretty young. They're not even like only a couple of them are trying to roost and like get up on the 2x4s and sleep. And I know the big thing is to turn your 2x4s over now and all that stuff. And man, guys, just like with cattle, everybody should do what works best for them on their farm, okay? They're not even roosting, so I'm not in a huge hurry to flip those 2x4s and go get the roofing joists and flip it over. And it's just, you know, and as far as painting it black, I mentioned it in yesterday's video. I think you could paint it brown and still get away with it. It'd make it more see-through. I just figured I would paint ours brown because the trim is brown. And some people had a cow, and some people can't read because you were telling me I should paint it black, even though I literally said I'm probably gonna paint it brown or black because that's what they do. And they were like, I think you should paint it. And see what Ray has to put up with when I don't feel well. What's up, girlies? What's up? Y'all doing all right? Honey, looking amazing. Allie. Princess. Golly, look at that black. That is so good looking. Honey's gonna be a big cow, real big. Good morning. You're so pretty. Allie. Bacon! Frosticles. What's up, buddy? Watch out, you're not a pig. Watch out. Well, you eat like a pig, but you're not a pig, you know what I'm saying? Okay, come here. Come here. There we go. Look at that. Look at that, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. I see you, man. I see you. Looking good. With your curly little ears. We're still not really sure why the ears curl. We've made sure he's got water, got everything he needs. And the ears still curl. Psst. You not hungry? You're not hungry? You haven't had a bottle for like 2 days. I know that's not what you want. Don't spill that. Stuff's expensive, man. No. No. That's expensive. You need to eat it. Get big. Get big. And for those of you keeping score at home, because a lot of you do, it's actually pretty impressive how you guys keep track of all the projects. I smoothed all this out too with my box blade. That's officially easily 2 feet of dirt on these water lines. So our water line, we just ran it a few months back, comes out here, runs right straight to the corner, and then it comes back. Actually, that's a T off of the water line, but then it runs all the way down there. It runs all the way up the hill, right there where MJ's sitting, and then it runs all along the fence. And currently it stops, see if we can see it. It stops right there about that metal water trough. And that's what we got to bring to the chickens. Pretty cool. Yeah, this looks really good. It's rocky. It's where we live. It is what it is. Eventually, yeah, I don't know, rocks will sink or they won't, and we'll mow over them anyway. I don't really know, man. It's the nature of the beast when you live out here. You know, we could order tons of dirt, but it's still gonna be rocky out here, so it's all good. I do think we might need to bring in, I've got some dirt over there by the driveway. I think we might need to bring in some dirt right here to add a little bit more, because this started coming up on me. And unfortunately, I took the machine when I was trenching and I backed myself into a corner. This is the first time I'd ever rented a trencher. So I backed myself into a corner. Well, I just ran out of room. And then when I tried to turn around, I couldn't quite get it deep enough right here. So I might actually bring some dirt over here. But it wouldn't take much. I think grass takes like 1/8 of an inch of dirt to take hold. So we'll get it sorted. Wow. Beautiful. Hang on, let's make sure the softener and filter are running as they should. Sounds good to me. So this all goes to our water line that goes inside the house. I can shut the house off right there. That's only tied to one spigot, which is right there. That's what we fill our pool with. This is the new water line that goes underground. But what I'm gonna do is probably gonna tap into this right here. I don't think I can get anything off of that. That was a mistake. I didn't leave enough room when I buried it, so that's always gonna be that tight. But I need to just put a right angle right here, come up the wall, and I bought a whole home iron filter for the cows. So like the orange tint that you see in our water for the cows, we're going to eliminate that. Man, look at all that greenness. Woo. We're gonna have to mow. I was kidding. Wait, I did run up and down this as well. Basically, I had a box blading party yesterday. Gave her a full send around the whole farm. So, how's everybody doing? You having a baby? Are you having a baby? Would you have a baby, please? I would love it if you'd have your baby. Ooh, looking hippy dippy though. We'll check her here in a minute a little bit closer. I want her to go around. There we go. It's quite a bit of mucus, but we're still waiting on the old bag, huh, buddy? Yep. Don't knock that out. Don't knock that out, Blue. Blue. Good morning, Lucy. Junebug. Hey, tell your boy not to knock that water out. June, he's gonna do it. I can see him. Don't block for him. Don't block for him, June. Blue, don't do it. Guarantee he knocks that out of there. And just for clarification, yesterday somebody asked why feeding these guys was so difficult than any other day. Anytime we have to put hay back here, it's difficult just because of the tight squeeze. Hang on a minute. But that's basically what I was showing you guys yesterday. I think we need to hang a gate off of this post, like a field gate, or not a field gate, a cattle gate, off of this post right here, and scoot the whole panel system this way. Because it's not actually that bad of a setup. It just needs to be shifted. But I can't shift it any further because I need a gate right here. But yeah, anytime we bring hay in here, it can get a little bit sideways. Plus, I have to leave this open. I need like a staging area. Who's draining the main vein? Honey, take it easy, lady. You guys just ate, okay? Don't be up here like land hippos. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see the working system. And I love these panels. I really do. I think they'll always have a place. I feel really, really safe when any of the animals are in them. They're not going anywhere. So we will always utilize these panels. But I do need a safer way into the pastures, if you will. So, yep, we'll figure it out though. All right. So Frank and Taters are going back on the big boy diet. So that we call cattle crack, but it is Rancher's Delight from our friends at Kent. But this is Range Boss. These are cubes from Miss Belle. We don't want Belle eating that. She's bred. So we're gonna let Frank and Taters in here, feed Belle over there. Go back up, buddy. Go back up. Go. Miss Belle, Miss Coop. Come on. There you go. Own pile. He's gonna go all the way around Belle. No, come on, Taters. Taters, come here, buddy. Yep, don't pick a fight with that one. Atta boy. Atta boys. Woo! They love that cowboy booger sugar. Miss Belle, I really thought you'd be gone by now. Thought somebody else would take you home for sure, but you're still here. Have you calmed down at all? Nope. No, you have not. Let me know what you guys would do with this. If you're ranchers, if you're whatever. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 16 panels. Whether they're 8 foot or 10 foot really doesn't matter. But if anybody's interested and you want to help me design some kind of system here, I think the chute needs to come back. I think the chute would do better maybe right here, but you've also got to have something behind you so you can work them and not be in the danger zone, if you will. But we'll sort it out. The reason I use these panels too versus having Jeremiah, our fence guy, go do too crazy with something permanent was we've got a lot of trees right here. And looking back, I wish I'd had the dozer guy take out that one and that one for sure. I got a little bit western in the woods yesterday and took the lane shark out. I tell you what, those lane sharks, I think they are an amazing piece of equipment. But you're not, in my opinion, going to clear 20 acres of brush with that lane shark any more efficient than you would a rear bush hog. Now, I say that with respect to you can't raise your rear bush hog above 24 inches, maybe 3 feet if you've got a real big tractor, but that lane shark articulates. You can turn it at a right angle. I mean, I think the angles, it's like limitless. Yeah, it's like that. It's like limitless when you want to cut things up high, but I just don't know that it's something that I can really tackle a lot of this with because it does kind of get bound up a lot. And I think it's because the tractors I've got, even the bad boy, are on the low end of the flow for its use case. I think it's like 8 to 15 gallons per minute, and I'm sure that bad boy is probably 8 or 9, but let's say it's even 10. That's not even halfway to the max flow, and it just doesn't quite have enough oomph behind it to really tear into some stuff, because it does say that it'll take out 4-inch branches or 4-inch trees, and I do believe it will, but it doesn't have enough flow to power through it unless you're running one of those, higher flow machines. I like it. I do. I like it a lot. It's still on the front of my Coyote, which, by the way, the Coyote has sat for 2 months, and it fired right up yesterday and ran for 2 hours. So that's a testament to Coyote for sure. The bad boy 100% feels more stable than the Coyote. That Coyote has a much narrower stance. The bad boy feels much safer, and it honestly has nothing to do with the cab. I'm talking about the left and right of it. It was a little bit squirrely with that lane shark on there, but that's how it is. That's a big piece of equipment. I think it's like 500 pounds that you're hanging off to the side of your tractor and trying to cut stuff 10 feet in the air with it. But, Ray and I've really talked a lot, and even though we love these trees, and we're not going to take them all out, we're not, but talking with people who have done this before, we really need to come through here, and about 100 feet off of our property line, we have a perimeter. This is a 20-acre pasture. That's an 8, that's a 5. Ray's got a little 4 over there. But, hi Tipsy. We need to, good morning. It's a good morning. 20 acres right here, which is as big as our old farm. It's huge. But our old farm had like 0 trees on it. So what we'd like to do is come in about 200 feet off the perimeter where the fire break is and clear almost every tree you can see that's not perfectly straight, tree that's leaning a huge, like this one right here. As it gets older, it can only go that way, and we don't want it going that way. So we'll see. I'm not in the business of knocking down all of our trees, but see, that's a good tree right there, in my opinion. That's a beautiful straight tree. I think it'll be there a long time. If the wind were to blow that tree over, it's gonna go away from everything that it could hurt. It's not gonna hit a fence. But my point to the lane shark is we're not gonna be able to bring that lane shark in and clear land. You can clear brushy stuff probably really well. But I think we're gonna have to get the dozer back out here and turn him loose. Just let him do his thing and be a little discriminate. I would also like some help with these burn piles, because these burn piles are so big that it's like I need more land cleared in order to burn them, if that makes sense. There is going to be no way to really set those on fire. Could you come out here when it's 30 degrees and there's a foot of snow on the ground? Yeah, but I don't want it. That burns so much slower and so less efficient than it should when you do it like that, but it's all good. We'll get her sorted. Like you guys keep telling us, and like I keep reminding Ray, we've only been here for 13 months and 3 weeks. Yeah. Brother. We say, bub. You are getting huge, man. Huge. Lick it clean, man. Don't waste any of that, and the mice will come get it. Oh, Franklin, right there, man. Right there. It's all gone, boys. It's all gone. You did good, buddy. You did good. You did real good. Good job. You got a little on your face, though, Franklin. So, unpopular decision time. But ranchers and farmers that have watched us or raised cattle will understand. Our last steer that we processed was a longhorn. And we learned, and we were told, we were advised, but we had to try it. We were told that a longhorn steer is not going to produce a lot of steaks, your big, beefy, meaty steaks. But we did get some amazing ground beef, and we're still eating it. We got about 60, 70, 80 pounds left. Just looking at the bottom of the freezer, taking a guess. But Frank here will be 2 in May. And you're not going to put weight on them in the summer. I mean, you can try, but you can't like tell them to go eat more grass or tell them to go eat more hay. You finish them on grain. And that's actually what I've started doing. I think originally I told you guys we were going to process him in January of 26. But the only reason I was doing that was because I would like his hide. I think it's really pretty. So if we process him here in May, I get that there's not going to be as, you know, furry of a hide, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. What I'm saying is this guy is going to get a new buddy here in the next couple months. Probably one just like him, maybe a white Charolais. And Frank will go to freezer camp. And here's the honest to goodness truth as to why. I did not start raising cattle to grow pets, okay? My Longhorn girls are still not pets. If they don't make babies, if they don't not try and hurt me, if they don't make more steers that people like the hide and horns of, and that I can have the ground beef from, they don't have a place on this farm. That's just the simple truth. That's how it works. If you want to raise something like Frank and never eat it, I think you should go buy yourself a little spot of land and buy something that looks like Frank. No, you can't have Frank. He's mine. And I think you should grow him out, and I think you should have a pet. But I'm gonna let you know right now, they're really expensive to feed when they get as big as Frank is. And like I've always said, once an animal starts out eating its role, which Frank almost is, I would guess, and I think Michael was talking about it last night, one of the guys in our premiere, Frank is definitely, Belle's coming through here. I can't stop her. Taters, come on, buddy. That's an ornery cow. She just wasn't going to take no for an answer. But Frank is probably closing in on 1,000 pounds. I think. He's so big. His bone structure is so big. Just coming from having that Angus dad. But it's time. If I don't do this, my family and I, who have 40 acres with all this room to grow animals for our own food and our own consumption, if we don't do this, we have no steaks and burgers going into the summer. None. Now, I didn't just realize that. What I was going to do was buy a steer from my neighbor, like one that was ready to go. But the price of that is more than what it's cost me to have Frank over the last 2 years. Come on, buddy. Psh. Psh. Psh, psh. Hang on. So that's just what you do, boys and girls. That is what you do.
So now it's okay. Okay, I see.
See, I'm blocking the sensor so it's on all the time. This is how bright it'll be.
Well, look, hang on.
So it's blue. So what's that?
It's so dim. And there's red where it got brighter.
Yep.
And then green gets even brighter.
Well, the brightest setting is for all of them. It's just whether you want it to be mode number 3 is off to bright with motion, dim to bright with motion, or constant on. From what I read in the reviews, constant on just drains the battery, that people are finding that it doesn't make it through the night. So I would think we'd want dim to bright.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to watch our boy focus. Focus. There we go. So we believe that guy right there, see that long orange leg? We think that's a rooster that was misgendered at the hatchery, because he's just built way different. That's it. That's the exact same bird right there, just a different color. So I think that might be a roo, but we'll have to be careful because those Wyandottes get huge. They're like a dual purpose bird. I mean, he'll be delicious, but we may not want him trying to breed the girls. So, all right, you want to film it and I'll hold it? I think it would be really cute right here.
Yeah.
So I worry about the door opening, but well, if it was unlocked, we could open the door and see where it hits. But
I don't plan on really opening that door at all.
I don't either. It does have a safety chain, just so folks know. I don't actually think the chain will allow it to open this far. But do you want it like way up here?
No, that's too high. Yeah. I'll go get the welcome to our coop sign because I'm going to put it underneath the light.
Where's that at?
That'll help in the inside.
Oh. Is that all right? Can you see the holes where the logo was?
Yeah.
All right. I'll splash some paint in there. So this is not meant to be a dig. We've actually shared where we got these, and I didn't mean to break it. But this is a Dirksen building. Good family-run business. But we wanted to take it down, and I just need to splash some paint where the sign was mounted. And then there's a barcode or like a QR code, I believe, that like tells you information about the building and all that stuff. And I put it inside. I think it's a serial number as well. Yeah, it's not too bad. Hey, you want to put that in your Amazon store? Because everybody's going to ask.
They're already there.
They're already in it? You're on it.
One of the first things there.
One of the first things in it, huh? Sweet. Typical chicken fashion, I just got them some fresh water and they're drinking the water on the floor with all the poop in it. That's what you do, right?
Oh yeah.
Poop water. Just the poop deck.
Oh yeah. Good for it.
We got a little sign, we got some solar lights. Is it happy? So they're solar, and you can either do dusk to dawn, or you can do completely off but light up with motion, or you can do a dimmable and then go to bright with motion, and that's what we put it on. So
Now I'm waiting on my planter boxes for the window. And then, oh, look at these two signs too.
some kind of pea gravel, base rock, something. Have you seen these signs?
No.
Hang that on the coop and hang that on the coop.
That'll be fire. I like that.
So we're waiting on some, ordered some darker screws because the ones I've got are the manila colored and they stick out pretty bad on this color, surprisingly.
So anyway, I got those signs and then waiting on the planter boxes for the window. And then, yes, we want to do some like railroad ties or something all around the coop and then pea gravel and then make it really nice and pretty.
Well, that's it for today. It's actually only 10 till 11. I got to run to...
10:50 in the morning and we're already done?
Yeah, I'm done. I got to run to Mom and Dad's and get tires for Ray's car because one of her tires is notoriously going low all the time. They fixed it twice, but it's just one of those OE tires that has issues. So Dad, when he bought his truck, got some different tires and he kept the old factory ones. So we're gonna go get those and put them on Ray's truck. So appreciate Grandpa for that. But that's it. And then Boy Wonder down here. Back to homeschool after spring break. Out filming a video for you. But yep, all is well. I did tell him about Frank. Case already kind of knows too, but guys, if we don't process Frank, no, you can't save him. No, there's no amount of money you can offer me to, well, no, you can't save him. Don't do that. But he is eating more than his worth. Like, he's not going to get bigger in the 6 months between May and January when I said we were going to process him. So it's just time. And we did not buy 40 acres in Oklahoma or 20 acres in Oklahoma when we had the 20 to not have a nice juicy steak in the summertime. Like, that's just how it is. We raise our own beef. So
Most of our animals have turned into pets, but you have to understand that we still want to raise our own food.
for sure. And until I learned that it's actually better to process an animal for the hide in the winter, Frank's original date was this May. So we're not undoing anything we weren't doing in the first place.
Because he'll be 2.
Correct. I am still going to try and do his hide, and we'll let you know how that turns out. I don't have a processor date yet. It's just a decision we made a couple weeks ago, and we're letting you all know. So, all right. Well, it's Monday. See ya.